Hey guys, it's me, Carol with Three Function Crafts again. Welcome to my channel. Today I am going to bring to you a video. I'm going to alter this beautiful bottle that I have here. My daughter-in-law sent it to me. I kind of gave a prequel to this on my last video. Anyway, I'm going to be altering this bottle. It's really pretty, and it says on the sticker here, Tall Dark Stranger, and I thought that was super cool, and I thought I could put a twist on this bottle that I don't usually do on most of my bottles. I like to say maybe it's a little more masculine than what I normally do, because I usually do a lot of shabby chic stuff. This one is definitely not going to be shabby chic today. It's going to be done in darker colors. I know I do some stuff in the dark colors, but not a lot. And I do love it. So anyway, this is what I'm going to be altering today. And I found somebody had given me a great suggestion on how to steady my round objects when I'm trying to work on them. And I took her suggestion and I twisted it, because I use these rice warmers every day on my back. Jeff uses one too, and we both have kind of a little bit of back issues. Mine aren't too bad, but I do like this in the morning because it helps unstiffen my back so that I can get through the day comfortably. Anyway, so I had really old ones that we'd been using for a while, and I determined that it was time to make some new ones. And so I made two in this really cool zebra fabric. I put a liner of flannel on the inside, and then it's just filled with rice, and then I put lavender oil in the rice, mixed it in with the rice before I filled it. And this is what I came out with. I use this every day, several times a day, just to keep my back unstiff. And you know what? It really helps me to stay out of pain. So, and it helps Jeff in the evenings when he needs to wind down. But isn't it so pretty? I just love this so much. And I'm so glad that after I made it, I thought about it, and I had already gotten that suggestion, and I thought, oh my goodness, I can use my rice bag to steady my round stuff. Because when I did that paint can video, that paint can was rolling all over the place, and it was kind of frustrating because I couldn't get it to sit still. So anyway, I have my base to work with, so I'm super excited about that. I'm going to throw it on my lap for a minute while I show you some of the other things that I'm going to be using. Y'all know that I love this fabric that I got from Sherry Lorraine. I am using it a lot in my projects right now. I'm going to slow it down a little bit because I don't want to run out and then have something really cool that I want to use it on and not have any. She also sent me these butterflies, and this is a silver one, white and silver, or it's actually kind of a gray, light soft gray and silver. And then these, she also sent me, these are 4-leaf clovers, and I thought the colors really went well with this. So, and then I have some burlap ribbon, and I have another piece of bling here. And I took out some of my organza roses that I made recently. I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not, but I took them out just in case, because they are kind of a dark color. I just don't know if they will mesh well with the rest of this. And I think I have fixed my lighting issues. I got a really big light back behind me here and up above that Jeff gave me. He had gotten it from a friend. And so now I've got it to kind of light up my space a little bit better. I hope it's helping. I think it will. It's very bright. So anyway, and then I'm also going to throw in some of these pretty crystals that I got from my friend Kim. I do use these in a lot of my projects, and I like the sparkle that they add to them. So I'm going to be using some of those. I did take out my blue rhinestone chain. Don't know if I'm going to be using this today or not, but I am going to decide that kind of as I go. And then this is something that I did make ahead of time because I knew it would be very time consuming. So I went ahead and put this together earlier this morning. This is just a charm that I'm going to be adding to the bottle that I added a whole bunch of my charms to. So hopefully that gives you a little idea of what I'm going to be doing today. And we're going to go ahead and push some of this stuff aside and get started. So the other things that I have here that I will be using to put this together, I've got some toothpicks and a tongue depressor. I like to have these handy for just for holding things down and moving things around when I'm trying to glue stuff on. So I find them very handy to have in my possession when I'm doing these projects. I've got my scissors and I have my E6000. And of course my handy dandy glue gun. And as you guys see, I'm not using Old Faithful. I'm using the one that my daughter sent me, and it's much, much prettier. It's still just one of those little cheapy, it's a low temp glue gun, but it's a small one, and that's what I like to use. I don't like the big heavy glue guns because I have small hands, and so it's easier for me to work with this one. And I took away my glass plate that I was using to put my glue gun on, so I should be a little bit quieter there now. And so we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm just going to put these things kind of aside. I'm going to get my pretty little, and hope that I don't, you know what, I'm going to turn it to the back side. Hope that I don't get glue on this. This is the back side of my little zebra thing. And I'm just gonna kind of try and make a little hole in here so that I can lay my bottle down. And there will be times when I will have to pick it up. I'm actually up on my knees working so that I can, because I'm a shorty, and so that I can get kind of above this. I'm trying to work as high as I can here. So anyway, let's get started. One of the first things that I'm going to do is I'm going to embellish around the Tall Dark Stranger sticker. I took all the other stickers off, and I gave a tip in my last video about these stickers that were on this bottle were stuck so good, and whatever adhesive they used on these, I could not get it off. I used a special solvent that I bought a while back that is supposed to melt glue and make it come off real easy. And it has literally separated things that I've had with E6000 or hot glue or whatever, and I've been able to pop things off that I had bought that I wanted just maybe the top little piece, and I've been able to pop them out. Well, it didn't work on the adhesive on this. I used that, I used alcohol, and I used acetone, and all of those things would take a little bit off, but it was still super sticky. So the last thing I thought of was I had heard somewhere at some point that peanut butter works to get sticky out of things. So I thought, well, I didn't want to use peanut butter, but I thought it must be the oil in the peanut butter that works to get this stuff off. So I thought I grabbed my bottle of olive oil and I put some on a paper towel, and I just started rubbing because it had a huge sticker on the back side of it, and then the other part of this sticker down below, down to about here. And so I just started rubbing on that with the olive oil and my napkin. Oh my gosh. Took that glue right off of there. I was so happy because I was beginning to think I wasn't going to get it off. And I had a couple of other jars that my daughter-in-law gave me that were similar. They had similar stickers on them that I could not get it off. So I was able to get it off all my jars. and I was super happy. I have to turn this bottle in this direction right now so that I can kind of see how I want to place these pieces. And I'm going to do this without covering up the words on my sticker here. So I just have to kind of look at this and see how I'm going to place it. And I think it's going to go, I think what I want to do is I want to put this one down here, and then I wanted to take the other one and sort of go at the top here. So what I might do, actually, that might make it a little easier for me to do this is I think I'm going to separate this one, and I'm just going to cut out the big blue flower. I'm going to use it, but I'm going to cut it out of here so that I can sort of put it closer in, make it smaller, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. So I can just kind of, you know, put these together in a different way. And I'm thinking I might do the same thing with this one. If I can do it without cutting these embroidered leaves. I don't like to cut into the embroidery part on this, so I'm just going to cut right around the big blue flower, just like that. So I've got both of those cut out, and I'm going to cut the excess out of here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and, while I'm at it, I'm just going to cut this little white flower out. And put that aside. I'll use that in something else. And actually, this little feather right here can come off too, and I can put it closer into where I want to use it. So let me just clean this one up a little bit. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and get started. Oops. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to use a little bit of my E6000 on this. Hopefully I can get this where you guys can see it. I'm going to use a little bit of my E6000 and a little bit of hot glue. The reason I want E6000 on this is because I don't want it to come off, and I want to make sure that it really sticks on there well, but I do need the hot glue so that it will stick immediately to my piece. So just putting a few dots here and there. You don't need a lot of the E6000. And then I'm going to put some hot glue in a couple of spots. And get this baby on there. This one's going to go at the top. Right there. I have to get that hot glue down before it dries. Okay, and then I want to take this edge here. I'm going to squeeze some of my E6000 out onto my little plate over here. And take one of my toothpicks, and I just want to put a little bit of this on the tip of that flower, or that Sort of, it's kind of more like a branch. These already have it really pretty much to the tips. So I think I'm good there. I did get a little bit of glue right here, but that'll come right off with a little scrape. So I'm not too worried about that. And I always take these and kind of wipe them down when I'm done. And that looks really pretty so far. I think this bottle is just going to be super cool. I really like what the sticker said. I thought that was kind of cool and kind of more masculine. And so I got really excited when I saw this bottle, because she had told me, I had told her I wanted to do something a little more masculine, and she found this bottle and she was just like, I found it. So I'm gonna put this one in the kind of in the opposite corner, kind of the same way, only kind of going downward. So again, I'm gonna put my E6000 around in a few spots. Try and get it to the tips here. Okay. And now I'm going to take a little bit of my hot glue, put it around in a couple spots. Got to work a little fast with this so that I don't end up with my hot glue setting before I can get this on here. The hard part is making sure I get it in the right spot when I lay it down, because I don't want to move it around on the bottle. I want to put it down and leave it right in the spot where I started. So and I've already got E6000 all over my hands. That is one glue that I absolutely hate getting on my hands because it doesn't come off real quick like the hot glue does. Okay. All right. I think this is going to turn out really, really nice. I just am glad, so super glad that she had this bottle for me. And then I've got my two dark blue flowers, and I'm going to try and see where I want to place them. Whoops. I like that one right there. So back again with my E6000. And I'm really trying to get to the edges with this glue, because I know that once it dries, that way the edges will stay down and I won't have to worry about them moving. And then the hot glue, I'm just putting a couple of dots in a few spots. And that way, once I lay it down, it will stay where I put it. Now, if I can just pick this up without getting glue all over me, I will be a happy camper. And let me see, where did I want to put this? Right there. And then I'm going to take this little purple flower and it's going to go right there between the two other flowers. I'm not too worried about this one. I'm just going to put hot glue on this purple one because it's just a tiny little flower. There. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Super pretty. Now, and I don't want to go too crazy with embellishing this, but I do want to make sure that I get a lot of the elements that I had fully intended on putting on it. So I'm just trying to see here if I put a couple of these peacock feathers, how I can... I hate when I have glue all over my fingernails and it like looks gross when I'm working on camera. Okay, I have to hold this up. I need to look and see how I want this to go, if I want this to go on here. Okay, this one, I could take that from there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna, do I want to go that way or do I want to go, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I figured it out. Okay, let me get my E6000 on here and I'll show you guys how I'm going to set this one. I think I've got it thought out well enough. Of course, you know, before I start these videos, I do kind of set things up and look at them and make sure they are the way I want them to be. But I always end up changing my mind in the end, or I forget what I was going to do and I have to start all over again. So that's just the way it goes, I guess. And let me get some hot glue on here. I'm just going to put a little stream of it around. Okay. And this one's going to be a little harder to get right in place because it's long and kind of stringy. But I want to have it coming up off of this other feather here. I'm sorry, you guys, I have to hold this up for a second just to get this in place the way I need it. And I think I'm going to have to use a little bit of hot glue right there. I'm going to be doing some scraping on this, I can tell. A little bit right there. Oh my goodness, I've got that stuff all over my hands now. Look at that. Ugh. Okay. Oh, I'm going to be scrubbing my hands for an hour trying to get this stuff off of here. I don't usually do quite this bad, but these feathers are very difficult to work with, especially when you've got adhesive all over them. They are not the easiest thing in the world to work with. And especially when you're trying to make sure that they come out, you know, not a mess. So that's what that looks like on the side of the bottle. Oh, ouch, ouch. Okay, I can't sit on my ankles any longer. You know, I almost feel like I've taken it too far. Oh my goodness. I may have to scrape this off. I think I'm gonna save this feather for another time. And I am going to, because I've got all this glue all over the place, I'm going to pause you guys and I am going to come right back. Okay, so I fixed my nearly epic fail and we're going to go ahead and move on to the next step. I wasn't thinking, and I did glue on this one other flower before I set the camera, but you guys knew it was going to go there anyway. So that's what it looks like now. I'm going to leave out the peacock feathers. I'm not going to ruin another one of those. I'm already sad that I ruined one. I was thinking about maybe having a piece of this kind of stream off the bottom, because it really actually does look very pretty, sort of coming off the bottom there, to add a little element to that section. And I think I am going to do that real quick. And for that, I'm just going to go ahead and use my hot glue, because this is just a small strip, and I think this will hold perfectly well just with the hot glue. I'm just going to start it right here and let it sort of fall where it wants to fall in the direction that it's meant to go. And I think that was part of the problem with the other one, was that I was trying to manipulate it a little too much, but it just was too much on this bottle. I didn't want to add that, all of that, or all around the sides. I sometimes I can tend to do that, and I'll take it too far, but that looks really pretty, just kind of shooting off the bottom there, kind of going around. So I'm definitely leaving that one on. Sorry about that, you guys. I couldn't let that go and stay that way, so I had to do my fix. I just took a little bit of alcohol, or I scraped it off, took a little bit of alcohol and wiped it off afterwards, and it's clean as a whistle. So we're all set and ready to continue on. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this burlap here, and I'm going to go around the top and bottom of where this sticker here is, and just to kind of put a decent edge around there. And I'm just going to take, let me cut this off, and I'm going to take my little lighter here, and I'm just going to burn the edges of this so that it doesn't fray. Just like that. And I'll take the center of it. Actually, I'm going to take it, there's little like hairs that come off of this burlap, and it drives me crazy. So I'm just going to take and go along the edge there and burn those little hairs off. And I'm just going to take my hot glue. I'll start in the center here and start laying that down. And I'm going to spin it. Oh gosh, I hear a car pulling in, and I hope it's not my husband, because then I'm going to have to stop and start later. Because when he comes in the house, he comes in talking. Half the time he's talking on the phone to somebody, and the other half he's just talking to me as he's walking in the door. Okay. And then let me cut this one right here. And I'll burn the edges on that. I don't think that was my husband. I think it was somebody else, probably next door neighbor. I can always hear Jeff's truck when it pulls in though, because it's not real quiet. You know these guys and their mufflers. And I'm going to put this piece go in the opposite direction down at the bottom of that. So let me just add some hot glue here. Oh, come on. Oh, I almost put it in the wrong spot. Oh my goodness. I would have been so mad at myself. And then I'll just take these two ends, finish gluing it down. Press those together and voila. I do need to put a little bit of glue on the outside of this because it is a little bit frayed. And when you're working with this burlap, sometimes you can just put a dot of glue and it's not visible. So there we go. All set. So that's what that looks like. I think that looks good. And then I want to take, I have a piece of this burlap ribbon, and I was actually considering doing that at the bottom, but I think it's really just too big. And I think I'm going to go along with the same theme and use this burlap at the bottom as well. So I'm just going to take it and go around. See where I need to cut it. Right there. And then again, we're going to burn the edge. And we're going to burn, nip the edges on that, and we're just going to burn that, and I'm going to go along again and just burn those little hairs off of there just because I don't like them. I mean, you don't have to do this this part because I mean it's just a matter of preference. I mean they really don't look that bad. But for me, I prefer not to have them on there, so I'm going to take my hot glue and start right here in the center. And this is just your Dollar Tree burlap ribbon. I got this at the Dollar Tree. It's $1.25 a roll. Because you know the Dollar Tree's not the Dollar Tree anymore. It's the $1.25 tree and up. I decided one day last week, I had a little extra time after I had gone and picked up my husband's prescriptions, and we have a store, not everybody has them, but it's called Family Dollar. And it's been there for years, and you know, I've never gone in that store. I just drive by it every time I see it because I'm a Dollar Tree and I used to go to the 99-cent store. Don't go there very often anymore, but I will tell you, at least at our 99-cent store, they actually have decent fruits and vegetables. I have found that when I buy veggies and stuff at the 99-cent store, they're super fresh and they carry some of the unique things that I can't even get at the grocery store. So I went there not too long ago, probably a month ago, and got some things that I really haven't been able to get anywhere else, and I was super excited to get them, and they were in really good shape. I have to say, better than, you know, we have a Smart and Final that I go to every, well, at least once a week because it's across the street from my house, and that's the only reason. But their fruits and vegetables, ugh, they're awful. They're just awful. And so I've gotten to the point where I don't even like to shop there unless I'm just getting a couple of little items here and there. Outside of that, I don't care for their fruits and vegetables at all. They're always like, they feel like they get the old stuff. You know, the stuff that's either overripe or underripe or more bruised or whatever. It just seems like, I'm going to put this little butterfly right here. And I'm only using hot glue on this, and the reason is that it's not really going onto the glass, it's going onto the applique. And so I know that it's not gonna, it shouldn't come off real easy. I'm gonna stick another, I know what happened. I ran out of glue and I didn't get enough on there. So I need to put some more hot glue on there and really stick this guy down. And hold, and hold, and hold. I love these little blue butterflies that Sherry sent me. Look how pretty that looks on there. It's just a light, nice splash of light blue in with all that dark blue, and it looks really, really pretty. And then I'm gonna do this one over on this side. I'm gonna try and cut this down a little bit more in the center. And that one's gonna go right there. Now, I know I said kind of, I wanted to go kind of masculine with this. I know it's not like masculine. I get it. However, it's not like super duper feminine either. So my thought was, oh, I don't want to drop that. My thought was just to keep it less shabby chic, I guess, is the main thing. And then I definitely want to use these clovers in here. I just have to decide where they're going to go. I need to move his antenna up a little bit. I think I found my spot. I'm going to nip off the hook. These clovers are actually pendants. And I think I'm probably going to do one as a pendant for myself because I am Irish after all. And I really, really like them. They're really pretty. I'm going to put that right there. And I am going to put a dot of E6000 on this as well as the hot glue. Again, the reason I do it that way is because the hot glue will stick it right now, and the E6000 is more permanent. It will stick it, it'll make it stay where you want it to stay. And I want it to go right there. So I'm just going to hold this down to get that hot glue stuck and cured. That's where that one's going. And now to decide where I want to put this blue one, I'm going to cut off the little pendant hook so I can put it down a little flatter. I mean, these are just, look at how pretty these are. And I've got a whole bunch of them. Do I want to put it there, or do I want to put it in with this stuff up here? Sorry, you guys, I have to tilt this up for a second just to see exactly where I want to put this other clover. Big part of me says to put it right on the center of that burlap there. Right there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to put this in the top there with the burlap, and then I still have my silver butterfly that I'm going to be putting in there. So I've got my E6000 and my hot glue. I'm trying to make sure I've got this in the center, and I'm just going to press and hold that down and make sure it stays. Okay. So pretty. And then this butterfly, I'm trying to see where she's going to come out at, because I'm definitely using her. Oh, she's going to go right here at the bottom, below this other little blue butterfly. And I think again with this one I'm going to go with a little bit of E6000 just to make sure she stays. And my hot glue, I'm going to put a dot right there. And she's going right there, sort of at an angle. And let me just hold this down for a minute. I love this little silver butterfly, and it's what they are is they're wrapped in a mesh, and then they've put some glitter, like stickles type glitter, around the edges, and then some little rhinestones in it. But it's really, really pretty. And I think I may need to reinforce with a little bit more hot glue. And on that side too. I'm really excited about this bottle, you guys. Right after I'm finished with this video, I'm planning on doing another one. And it's going to be on another canvas. But this one's going to be a little bit different because I'm using a bigger canvas and a smaller canvas together. I'll show you a little bit of what I'm going to be using in that video, just kind of give you a heads up. But it's going to be really pretty, I can say that. I've been working on it. I worked on it last night to try and figure out what I wanted to use in it. And I think I came up with exactly what I want to do. I'm just going to look here and see if I want to use any of these roses or not. And I just think that these are too off in color. So I was just thinking, since they were dark and these were dark, it might look good. But the color is just not right. It just doesn't click. I do have I want to look at this real quick and see what this looks like. No, I'm not going to use that either. I'm trying to use a bit of self-control here. I am going to dump some of my little crystals. These are the ones that my friend Kim sent me. These are super pretty, super sparkly, and I do love to put these around in my projects. And then I've got my little rhinestone picker, and I'm gonna clean the tip of that off a little bit so I can make sure that it sticks. Okay. And I'm gonna put some E6000 on my little plate here. Just a little bit. And figure out where I want to have these go. Definitely want one, at least one in the center of that little flower there. Even though it's kind of hidden under the butterfly a little bit. Every little detail counts. Okay. And then I'm just going to take and dot some of this in a few different places. And I'll do those three. One there. And there. And there. That looks so pretty. And then I've got a couple more of those leaves down here at the bottom that I want to put rhinestones on. Put this one right here. Okay, so I've got two more ready. Get this one on the inside first. And right there. And I see another one right there. Oops. Had another one hanging off of it. I have a little glue string right there. Got caught on it. And I'm going to put a couple, I think where these little flowers are, like right here on the centers of these flowers. We'll see how it looks on this one. I'm sure they're going to look great. They always look great in everything, so I never worry about my crystals. Sometimes I forget to use them, but I'm one of those people that, you know, even if I've done the video or what have you, sometimes I will go back and I will add them if I have forgotten. Oh, that one didn't have any glue under it. Doggone. I missed a spot. And one more right there. Yeah, those look really pretty with those flowers. It just adds, because they're so, they pick up all the colors. They're a perfect accent to really anything you do, because they pick up whatever colors are in your project, they will pick up those colors. And this one, I'm just going to sort of dab the E6000 in between some of these beads, and that way we'll have the beads, this pretty silver beads, and the crystals there that will accentuate each other, or enhance each other, I should say. All right, so let's just start popping the crystals in there. I want to pop that one down in the middle. There we go. Oh, so pretty. So, so pretty. Okay. That looks really good. And now to do the top half, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to get my E6000. Make sure those are kind of out of the way. I always think I've squeezed enough E6000 out, and I end up needing more. And we're going to put around the edges there. Okay. And we're just going to start popping those in there. I feel like that one didn't go on right. Oh my goodness. There's that one. And we're going to pop these all around the outer edges of those pretty beads. can see a couple spots where I missed the E6000. And get our toothpick. I missed it right in there. And I need one more on that flower. Okay, and now I'm just going to spin this a little bit towards me so that I can get the other flower. And then I'll get the leaves. And on this flower, I'm just kind of going in with the beads there. One in the middle. And then I will work my way around. So we don't have any plans for 4th of July. We're not going anywhere. It used to be back in the day, we would be taking our boat out and going out to Lake Havasu and hanging out with all the crazies out there. We used to love to go out there and just, we're not crazy people, but we used to like to watch them. And we would go find ourselves a nice little secluded beach area where we could park our boat. And we were always the ones that would get out the the skis and the inner tubes and all that stuff, and we'd take the kids out and we'd do the fun stuff. While everybody else, it seemed like, was out there just partying and doing their thing. So for us it was a little bit different, but we did enjoy sometimes watching all of those people just going crazy. Okay, now I just need to do the leaves on this top section. So I'm just going to put a rhinestone. I'm just kind of going at the bottom of each leaf, right closest to the stem. And we've got that one. Oops, a big old string coming off of it. And we'll put a little dot there and a little dot there. And let's go ahead and get those put down. And we're getting close to the end, you guys, so we'll be done with this one in just a few minutes. I have a final piece that I'm going to put on there, which is that hanging charm piece. And I haven't shown you yet, but I'm going to use a really pretty drawer knob that I got from Sherry to use as a bottle topper. I'm just hoping, because I didn't test it yet, I should have tested it first. I'm just hoping that it will fit in the top. Let me go grab my bottle topper real quick. I forgot to grab it out of the box. Okay, so I have a few to choose from. I have this one. And this one. Kind of that disco ball look. And I have this one, which is just kind of a little diamond shape. And I've got a lot of them that I've been using like this one. So I think I'm going to set that one aside because I want to do something a little bit different this time. And then I have this pretty one, but this one is pink. And I'm going to save that for a shabby chic project. So it's between these two here. I'm going to pull the tags off. And I'm going to just test both of them. Let me move my little zebra bag. I noticed a little piece I need to cut off here. Okay. And of course I've got glue strings just everywhere on this poor guy. All right, so let's see what this one looks like. And these are cool because they have, they also have the silver piece at the top, so it has something to kind of sit on top of, so that I can make sure it goes on straight. Otherwise, I could take. Let me take the nut off of here, or whatever you call this little thing. I'm just going to look at it without this to see if it maybe lays down a little bit. Actually, it probably lays better without that on there. So, let me take this one off and see what this one looks like. I'm ringing the dinner bell, even though it's not dinner time. That one looks really pretty too. And I do have, what did I do with it? Ah, yay, nope, that's not it. Oh, it was here. Oh, here we go. I can turn this into a bottle nightlight. I think I'm going to use this one. This is the chosen one. And I'll save these because I may use these on another one when I use it. So just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to open up these lights. And I don't know if this is these are colored lights. That's okay. I'm just going to drop these down into the bottle. Down into the bottle. I just want to see what it looks like as a nightlight. I really didn't intend on making this a nightlight, but most of my bottles that I do are nightlights. Just because I have a thing for nightlights. I love them, love them, love them. And I found some things over at the Dollar Tree the other day, and I had them in my hand, and then I put them back down to do some nightlights. And I probably should have kept them, because back earlier in my days when I first started my Etsy shop and my YouTube channel, I was doing some nightlights, and I had gotten these little bits from the Dollar Tree, and they were so cute, and I made a bunch of these nightlights, and man, they sold like hotcakes. And that was why I was going to get these ones that I saw yesterday, but I just have to really watch what I'm spending right now. And even though it's a Dollar Tree, I have to pick and choose what I'm going to buy and what I'm not going to buy. So I went through all my stuff and I decided what I was going to put back, and I actually ended up putting back those lights because ooh, that looks pretty. I like it a lot. Actually, that looks really awesome. with the lights in it. Well, maybe I need to turn off my other light too. Look how pretty that looks with those lights in there. Super pretty. Actually, I will probably end up selling this one with the lights inside of it because that actually looks really, really, really pretty. I'm really happy with this. And this will be one of my bottle night lights for sure. So that's just the way it's going to be. So anyways, you guys, that is my finished bottle. I hope you guys like it. That's what it ended up looking like. Let me back off my camera just a tad so that you can see it a little bit better. So this is it. Gosh, I've got so much stuff sitting around here. It really, really came out gorgeous. I'm so, so happy with this one. Let me turn the lights on in it. I'm not going to change my other light, but look at with the lights in it. Super pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really, really enjoyed doing it for you, and this is something different than what I've been doing lately, but I needed to do something different and unique, so this was what I chose to do. I'm going to be gluing this this bottle top in with E6000, just so that you know. I didn't want to take extra time up to do that. And then these lights, when I put them in my bottles, just so you guys know, the back side of them has little screws in it. All you have to do is when I hook them to the bottle, I glue it to the back with E6000 about right there. And then all you have to do is unscrew these screws. For some reason, they only put 2 screws in these. I don't know why. And then you can take the button battery out of it and replace it with a new one. These lights last a really long time. They'll probably, I think they're supposed to last for like 5,000 hours or something. Anyway, so you just change out that button battery and your lights work like brand new again. So, and y'all know you can get those button batteries just about anywhere. So I will be gluing this light on, gluing the lid in, and that's it. You guys see the actual bottle here. It's gorgeous. I want to say thank you to everybody for watching today. I hope you watched the whole way through. If you didn't, you missed the best part. But I guess at this point, if you didn't, you don't care. So anyway, I do appreciate each and every one of you. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would greatly appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll get notified when I do future videos. I'm working my way up to my next goal, which is 7,000 subscribers, and I'm hoping to get there a little faster than I got to 6,000. But anyway, I appreciate it if you do subscribe. And to all of those who have already subscribed, thanks so much. I greatly, greatly appreciate all of you. And thanks to everybody who's been supporting my Etsy shop. It really helps, you know, to keep us going here. I mean, every little bit helps. And you guys have been awesome supporters of my shop as well. So thank you, thank you. Everybody have a really, really blessed day. And be safe out there this 4th of July weekend. Happy 4th of July. Be blessed, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.